This is the Making Noise podcast.
I feel very strongly about the fact that I want to grow the pie. I don't want ever shrinking pieces of pie for our new music community, our arts community, et cetera. I really want to think about how to grow that. And that comes through adding resources to it. And I can only do so much in adding financial resources to it. I can choose how I'm going to spend my commissioning dollars, how I'm going to spend, my listening money, right, on albums and things like that. But I can also add to enlarging that by thought resources, or here are all these things that I figured out. Let me share that with people who want it, who need it, in an easy way that contributes to all of us doing better, right? And when we each have more time and financial freedom, then we can do a better job of like bringing people into the cool stuff that we make, the cool stuff that we do, right? Like greater and greater visibility for new music.
Right. That I really like what you said right there about having the financial freedom to be able to, because there's such a level of, I don't want to say convenience, but convenience is a part of it. When you have enough money to be able to pursue and do the things you want to do.
Yeah.
I think I may have said this on a previous episode, but when my girlfriend and I moved to Chicago, we loaded up the U-Haul truck ourselves.
Yeah, right.
it took us over an hour to load the bed frame alone.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. So on the drive to Chicago, we called a moving company and we're like, we need you to unload this for us.
Yeah.
We can't do this. We were trying to save a little bit of money and it cost a couple $100 extra, but they got it done in 30 minutes.
See, time freedom. Yeah,
exactly. So in that moment there, I had that realization, like what you just said, of the convenience of having someone take care of that sort of thing for me, so that I can focus on something else if I need to, or I can pursue my, focus my energies on other things.
Yeah.
Having that financial independence, like you said, provides that.
Well, and we can't learn every single skill. And there was a moment, there's a very strong, like Midwestern do-it-yourself ethic that I have, right? Like that's going to be baked in deep, right? Oh, I'll just learn how to do this all by myself and then do that, right? And I think we each come to that realization on our own, where the time that we have in our life is so valuable that I can't trade it to learn that thing. So you're not going to catch me getting better at video editing at this point in my life because I can't. Like that's not where it needs to go. But I am going to work on increasing my income, increasing my resources in the ways that I do have skills, so that I can pay people who are also really good at that thing, right? And it took me a while to realize that was also part of how I benefit the new music ecosystem, how we're all interconnected. And sometimes I do need to learn how to do it on my own. And sometimes I can be a resource and a benefit for other people's lives by paying them to do the thing they're really good at. It takes time, right? I definitely don't have those resources just like all the time. However, I know how to save and budget and work my way to those things so that I can make that possible, right? And I can work with other partners, I can work with like collaborators to bring more resources into a project, and therefore pay people. That strengthens our whole new music community, our whole ecosystem, when you're able to take financial resources, time resources, knowledge resources, and spread them farther so that more people are benefiting from whatever it is. Kind of rising tide lifts all boats.
Wow. That makes a lot of sense. And I think that's so useful. There's so many aspects of like challenges that we each face, like you said earlier about being an individual, like, every person has their own like skill sets and abilities and know-how and whatnot. And I think one big part of that, like, or inside of what you just said, is also the level of self-awareness that you have in order to recognize, like, I don't need to do this thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
What sort of, when it comes to your business consulting clients and all that stuff, like, what sort of things do you tell them or help them figure out, or help them to figure that out, when it's like, well, do you need to be focusing on that, or should you outsource, or that
Hmm.
sort of
Hmm.
thing? Does that
Oh,
make
sure.
sense?
Yeah, totally. Well, and when I talk to coaching clients, when I talk to consultant clients, we always talk about kind of these three ideas, which is like offers, clients, and systems, right? And the way I always start with offers, because what is it that you do? Like, what is it that you're going to get paid for? What is it that you're getting paid for going forward? Not everything that you have been paid for necessarily, and keeping that going. What are we focusing on? What lights you up at the moment, right?
Mhm.
How are we going to connect that with clients who are going to pay you for those things? And then systems are part of that. Once you know what it is, what we're focusing on, and then you're also really clear on, my ideal client is this, my ideal collaborator is this, then the systems help you connect the two. And you will be able to, as you go, you'll say, oh, I need a system for this, right? My Calendly is a system, right? My, like,
Right.
my scheduling tool is a system. My making sure that I have, you know, oh God, whatever, like the like funnels for, for products and things like that, those are all systems, right? Booking my booking template, right, for that I send out to presenters, that's a system, right?
Mm.
Then the fact that I do that on a regular basis, that's a system. But I don't know that I need that system until it's clear on what it is that I want to do and who is going to pay me for it.
Right.
And then I want to get to that place where, as you go, you'll realize, okay, that's a system I can totally bring into my life and do on my own. I can outsource it to software, which, right, anything that's not high touch, then see if we can find a software solution for that first that automates that. And then anything that saves you for the high touch experience, right? So that you can connect with the people, you can do the work, you can do the things that you care the most about. And then you can decide, do I outsource this to software, or do I outsource this to another person?
Mm.
Right. And you
That's
have to make those choices.